celebrating because there is something between their ears. And when there is something between your ears, you don't have to tell us. You open your mouth and we know that there is something useful between your ears. Today, therefore, we come here not to make many lengthy speeches. We come here to remind ourselves and to remind the young men and women that there is a future, that the world is looking for new young men. And what are the new young men that the world is looking for? The world is looking for new young men who are disciplined. Because discipline is at the heart of who you are. No matter how educated you are, no matter how rich you are, if you do not have the gift of discipline, then you are a danger to society. Today, I am asking you, young men and women, be disciplined that you may be a good global citizen. The world is looking for young men who are humble. Humility is the mother's milk of greatness. If you see any man or any woman who, because they have gone to school or because they have wealth, are arrogant and shun humility, they are a danger to themselves and danger to society. Today I'm encouraging you young men who are here, embrace the gift of humility. The directors of education that you listen to here, they are men and women that we are celebrating because there is something between their ears. And when there is something between your ears, you don't have to tell us. You open your mouth and we know that there is something useful between your ears. Today, therefore, we come here not to make many lengthy speeches. We come here to remind ourselves and to remind the young men and women that there is a future, that the world is looking for new young men. And what are the new young men that the world is looking for? The world is looking for new young men who are disciplined. Because discipline is at the heart of who you are. No matter how educated you are, no matter how rich you are, if you do not have the gift of discipline, then you are a danger to society. Today, I am asking you, young men and women, be disciplined that you may be a good global citizen. The world is looking for young men who are humble. Humility is the mother's milk of greatness. If you see any man or any woman who, because they have gone to school or because they have wealth, are arrogant and shun humility, they are a danger to themselves and danger to society. Today I'm encouraging you young men who are here, embrace the gift of humility. The directors of education that you listen to here, they are men and women that... You know, as I talk about African unity, China refuses to get out of my mind. And I hope I'm wrong. But the Chinese know that we are disunited. And they know that in our disunited state we can be manipulated. And they are in the process of manipulating us. So today, there is not a single African country in which the Chinese have not built a stadium. They think we love stadia. There is not a single African country in which they are not building some roads. The Chinese are capable of delivering three types of qualities of the things they do. Quality number one, they take to the United States of America and Europe. Quality number two, they take to their fellow Asian countries, including India. Quality number three, which is at the very bottom, they dump in Africa, and the Africans consume them gleefully. And it's because of our disunity, we are incapable of speaking with one voice. You know, many times when I look at Ghana, the Ghanaian president, whom I respect, is invited to Beijing to negotiate with Beijing, as indeed the Kenyan president would be, and the Burundi president, to negotiate with Beijing on a bilateral basis. And when they invite African leaders, they humor them, complete with guards of honor and 21 gun salutes, so that they think that they are equal. But the Ghanaian economy's GDP is possibly 1/3 of the GDP of the city of Beijing. The Burundian economy is only $2 billion United States dollars, which is the same amount that an American professional boxer earns in 1 year. The economy of Benin is smaller than Coca-Cola's advertising budget for 1 year. In other words, African economies are Mickey Mouse economies which cannot compete. And because we are disunited, we are incapable of moving as one unit. The European Union wants to have what they call bilateral negotiations with Benin. The European Union's combined economy, perhaps the largest market in the world today, is something in the neighborhood of 14 trillion United States dollars if you combine the European Union economy, and you have bilateral negotiations with Benin. That is smaller than the turnover of Standard Chartered Bank. In other words, the president of Standard Chartered Bank could very well be the one negotiating with the president of Benin, if we were to be realistic. But that is because we are disunited. And I'm submitting to us that the only antidote to that is our unity. I know, as I said yesterday, that there are already efforts to move Africa in the direction of unity at the economic front, but the suspicions in Africa are too great. The African politician is perhaps, with due respect to them, Africa's curse. You know, as I talk about African unity, China refuses to get out of my mind. And I hope I'm wrong. But the Chinese know that we are disunited. And they know that in our disunited state we can be manipulated. And they are in the process of manipulating us. So today, there is not a single African country in which the Chinese have not built a stadium. They think we love stadia. There is not a single African country in which they are not building some roads. The Chinese are capable of delivering three types of qualities of the things they do. Quality number one, they take to the United States of America and Europe. Quality number two, they take to their fellow Asian countries, including India. Quality number three, which is at the very bottom, they dump in Africa, and the Africans consume them gleefully. And it's because of our disunity, we are incapable of speaking with one voice. You know, many times when I look at Ghana, the Ghanaian president, whom I respect, is invited to Beijing to negotiate with Beijing, as indeed the Kenyan president would be, and the Burundi president, to negotiate with Beijing on a bilateral basis. And when they invite African leaders, they humor them complete with guards of honor and 21 gun salutes, so that they think that they are equal. But the Ghanaian economy's GDP is possibly 1/3 of the GDP of the city of Beijing. The Burundian economy is only 2 billion United States dollars, which is the same amount that an American professional boxer earns in 1 year. The economy of Benin is smaller than Coca-Cola's advertising budget for 1 year. In other words, African economies are Mickey Mouse economies which cannot compete. And because we are disunited, we are incapable of moving as one unit. The European Union wants to have what they call bilateral negotiations with Benin. The European Union's combined economy, perhaps the largest market in the world today, is something in the neighborhood of 14 trillion United States dollars if you combine the European Union economy, and you have bilateral negotiations with Benin.
Oh, wow. What a pleasant way to say good evening, good night, good afternoon to all of you who have tuned in this broadcast. Of course, this is your program that you've always waited for. Never mind, we've been off the air for at least few days, probably just a week or two. Well, I'd like to say welcome again. This is a program called The Truth of the Matter. This is where we come and we say the true and nothing else but the true. And it's meant to get our country on the right path of community development, beginning with community development. Without community development, obviously, without all of us accepting community initiatives and getting involved with it, we yet to go nowhere. That is why we are here to help in implementing the 17 global goals. My name is Ambassador Edmond Wolakewongbawi. We are again live on Radio Laway Interpreter Limba Kante that is covering the entire lower Limba and beyond, some parts of Grand Jide, some parts of Riverside. Of course, District number 9 is locked down to Radio Laway this evening. Thanks to our man Fred Yube Jr. He is the manager and also our editor here. Pretty soon the man will be starting a team. That man, he's a great man, great writer. So good evening to all of you who have tuned into your radio, either by means of Radio Laway or Radio Voice of Yahweh must know where Rufus Bob Dolly is, or probably you are tuned into Radio Voice of Yahweh in Yikipa, where our man Siba Gabe Siba is called Madison Casadula is tonight. Whichever way you're listening, either by means of Nimba D9 TV on Facebook, Nimba D9 TV on YouTube, or Nimba D9 TV on www.onenimbahouse.com. Whichever way you are tuned into this broadcast, we want to say welcome to you all. This is your show. This is where we come and we share jokes, and we talk about a lot of different things here to make sure. Today, we will be discussing trending issues in our communities, in our country, in our county, in our district. You will hear from our reporters for the first time, and then we will get started. But let's acknowledge those who have tuned in to this broadcast. Julius Menke said, congratulations to us, District number 9. Oh, well, Julius, thank you. That is Julius. And Fred Yubert Jr. says, this broadcast is relayed on Radio Lawai in Tapatan City, Nimba County. Good evening to all of you there in Tapatan, Nimba County, and its environ. We'd love to say welcome. Welcome to the show. You can also watch us on Nimba D9 TV on Facebook, Nimba D9 TV on YouTube, or Nimba D9 TV on www.onenimbahouse.com. You can share this video with somebody in your reach so that we have many people to listen to these great information that will be coming from across our county, our district, and our country. We also have Chris Lee, a son of Tapata City, but obviously a biological son of District Number 9, Nimba County. He's here with us, alluding to the fact of what Professor Patrick Lelumba was just talking about. Rufus Bob Dollier says the program is live on Radio Voice of Yahweh Messina in Nimba County. Very shortly, we will be taking this break, and from there, we'll be going to our reporters. Let's go up to Yikipa and listen.
And it's more person, the way you work with other people and interact with other people, make him an asset that because that's the qualities you want in a trainer, is people that want to share knowledge and skills and show people how to do the job.
Yeah, I'm ready. Technical education in this country is very scarce. So Aslamida being the one to provide this gap for the young citizens of the country, every government will want any company to do that for their citizens. Out of Yegepa, it was not easy. Things were tough. To tell you the truth, things were really tough when I was attending MVDC. But when I came to AML VDC, everything changed. I did not need to worry about food, to worry about shelter, to worry about clothing for the work or whatsoever, because the company provided everything for us, the students. Being here after work, after training, and then you are employed to work is something that appeals to anyone. When you graduate, the company provides job for you. It makes you to become a responsible person, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and so forth. So that really influenced my decision to come in. I want to work for Aslamida. Aslamida have given me more. They have taken me from square one, and now I sit as a training officer.
And it's more person, the way you work with other people and interact with other people, make him an asset that
So Aslamita has taken our dear brother there from square one, and I want to say thanks to all of you who have tuned in. Today is obviously the 27th day of November. We have few more days to go for the year to end. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day in the United States of America. We want to say congratulations to all of you in the US. Thanks for all you continue to do for the world and around us. And thank you for your democracy that you are making to be stronger. It is worth learning from, but we are still far away. So we also want to say November 29 is coming. It's a holiday in Liberia. Let us all be careful on how we go about it, especially those who will be going to the beaches and all of that. Be very, very careful because sometimes a lot of things can happen. So for us, we always love to give the safety tip. Make sure if you are going out, make sure to leave your expensive phone at your house or probably put it in your bag. Make sure that your things are protected very well. Make sure to know how to cross the road. If you want to swim, have a life jacket before you can do that. So we are here. And we want to say thank you. We'll be also speaking with Spencer Tonga, a son of Quendane, who resides in the United States of America. But then we will be now going to Radio Laway, where we'll be speaking with our reporter there. Very, very shortly, we'll be speaking with Fred Ibe to know about what is happening. Like we said today, our focus is on trending issues that are around us, things that are happening all across the country that is worth us knowing about. So very, very shortly, we will be going to Fred Yibe right there to speak with him from Tapeta Nimbakante. Very, very shortly. The moment Fred Yibe took his form, we will be listening to Fred Yibe live there from that part of Liberia. So, okay, we are live with Fred Yibe tonight. Fred, good evening.
Yeah, how are you, Chief? How are you, Imala? Yeah, how are you?
Oh wow, Imala, good. Good, okay, good evening to you, Imala. And how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to speak to you this evening.
Okay, great. Yeah, but can you hear us clearly?
Yeah, you are waking up, but it is.
Except that your network is a little bit breaking, but can you now hear us? Imala, can you hear us? Imala, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm getting clear, sir.
Okay. So can you just put us to speed as it relates to activities from Tapeta? How much is for a gallon of gasoline, for example, today?
So today is Wednesday. It's midweek. It's the market day of Tapeta. So gasoline is sold in Tapeta as usual. Some areas, so let us sell it for 800. While other areas, sell for 70, 80. But the price is not that much stable.
Great. The price is not stable. So how about a bag of rice, for example?
I'm not getting clear now.
Yeah.
Not getting clear.
Yeah. So I was just asking, for example, how much for a bag of rice?
Yeah, Tabata, a bag of rice is sold for 2,650. Yeah, where others, those people who are doing regular, businesses are selling for 2,600. I mean, just from 600 or 600.
Okay, great. So is there anything from Tapeta or district number 6 that you would like for the truth of the matter to know about and for the citizens of our country near and far to know about before we take leave of you, Emmanuel?
Yes, indeed. There is a breaking news on the educational status of Tapeta.
Okay, put us to speed.
Yeah, so on tomorrow, a Christian high school that has to be one of the 4 high schools in Tabata will be graduating. It's the 7th batch of graduation on tomorrow, the 18th of November 2024. So we've got it from the administrator of the school that already set for tomorrow's program. So what it means is that students from the school of 2023 to the 4 school years, students will be going tomorrow, to leave the school and be exposed to the afterwards on tomorrow.
Wow, that's a great one. And thank you, Imawa. Thank you so very much for joining us from Tapeta. Imala here is our Tapeta correspondent. Sorry, he's right there. So we want to say thanks a lot to him and to the crew as well. So great news coming from out there from the Tapeta area. So once again, we want to say thank you so very much for all of you who have tuned in. We got Chris Elise Patrick is the real definition of Pan-Africans. Yeah, it is true. Madison Kessa said the audio is clear at Voice of Yamen. And Chris Elise says 6 years ago, I have the opportunity to meet this great Pan-Africanist and both of us were able to talk much about the African continent. Let us all try our best to emulate what those people are doing, not just to meet with them and probably do photos with them. But let us do those little things that matters in our various communities. Thank you so much, Chrisley. You are also doing a lot more in the District 6 area. And some of these things should just be done without us, going into a lot of different stressful time. So Real TV, Truth FM, Many D member following you live from Truth FM in Painesville. So yeah, thank you so much, Truth FM, for following this broadcast. This is the truth of the matter, and it is similar to your name, Truth FM. This is all we come and say the truth and nothing else but the truth. So we'll be going to Radio Cyclopedia, where we'll be speaking with our man Uriah Gua, who is live there at Radio Cyclopedia. So I want to say thank you so very much for all that you continue to do. It's 2, 4, 6. Yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot for all that you continue to do out there in the Cyclopedia area and across Liberia. This is your program. We are going live now to Cyclopedia, where our man Uriah Gua is pretty much seated. We'd like to know from him what's happening in Central Nimba, for example. Okay, so we will do all that we can to get Uriah very quickly. Probably we just missing some of the numbers here, but we'll be going to Uriah very, very shortly. So Uriah Gua is there in the Cyclopedia area. He will be here with us very, very shortly. So that's it. And keep sharing this live video. This is where we come and share with you activities that are unfolding from across our country, from across our county. This is where you go to bear with the real factual story. Good evening to all of you who've tuned in. We are excited that you are doing it for the nation. We are excited that you are making sure for us to be here. So let's take this quick break right here. Let's take Professor Patrick Ledumba real quick.
You know, as I talk about African unity, China refuses to get out of my mind. And I hope I'm wrong. But the Chinese know that we are disunited. And they know that in our disunited state we can be manipulated. And they are in the process of manipulating us. So today, there is not a single African country in which the Chinese have not built a stadium. They think we love stadia. There is not a single African country in which they are not building some roads. The Chinese are capable of delivering 3 types of qualities of the things they do. Quality number 1, they take to the United States of America and Europe. Quality number 2, they take to their fellow Asian countries, including India. Quality number 3, which is at the very bottom, they dump in Africa, and the Africans consume them gleefully. And it's because of our disunity, we are incapable of speaking with one voice. You know, many times when I look at Ghana, the Ghanaian president, whom I respect, is invited to Beijing to negotiate with Beijing, as indeed the Kenyan president would be, and the Burundi president, to negotiate with Beijing on a bilateral basis. And when they invite African leaders, they humor them, complete with guards of honor and 21 gun salutes, so that they think that they are equal. But the Ghanaian economy's GDP is possibly 1/3 of the GDP of the city of Beijing. The Burundian economy is only $2 billion United States dollars, which is the same amount that an American professional boxer earns in 1 year. The economy of Benin is smaller than Coca-Cola's advertising budget for 1 year. In other words, African economies are Mickey Mouse economies which cannot compete. And because we are disunited, we are incapable of moving as one unit. The European Union wants to have what they call bilateral negotiations with Benin. The European Union's combined economy, perhaps the largest market in the world today, is something in the neighborhood of 14 trillion United States dollars if you combine the European Union economy, and you have bilateral negotiations with Benin.
Okay, so we will get back. We'll get back to Uriah. We will do as much as possible to get back to Uriah. We are trying to get the correct number here. The correct number here for Radio Secretary. Probably Uriah, you can just text the correct number for Radio Secretary under the live field, and then we will take you immediately. So we're trying to establish contact with our reporter there, Madison Kester, but he's not picking. So we're not going to be wasting any time here tonight because time is man's enemies in this game. But this is the truth of the matter. Good evening to you there in district number 9. You might be in Bidoru, you might be in Blinlo, wherever you find yourself. You might be in Mesono Zenla, say good evening to Tawongbe and his citizens in district number 9. Good evening to Representative Semiana and his citizens in district number 8. Good evening to Representative Musa Belete in district number 7. And we're just doing all that we can to serve our community. These are just selfless services you will not imagine. Just came from work. We have to run down here. There's no current. There's no anything. We're broadcasting on solar light. We're taking Rufus Bob Dollier very, very shortly. This is the program called The Truth of the Matter. We would like to know from you from the live view, how much in your community is, for instance, a price of a local commodity, maybe gasoline. So we've been joined by Rufus line here. And do not call us on any of these numbers. We will call you, Madison. Don't call us, please, Madison. Don't call us. So we've been joined very, very shortly. The man you see on the screen here is called Rufus Bob Dollier. Many of you have been hearing about these guys, but don't know them. Good evening, Rufus.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Barry.
Okay, great. So, by the way, can you just tell us how is Ikepa today? How district number 9? And all those who talking in your back there, can you tell them to please let you be, because you are in studio and we're getting everything they're talking in the studio here, please? Okay. Yeah, so how is Ikepa? How is Ikepa, Rufus?
Ikepa is okay, Mr. Barry.
Okay, great. How much for a price of gasoline, for example?
A price of gasoline, for example, a bottle which is Poko Ponja is sold for 210 and some places 220. So approximately 1 gallon is about 840 and some places is 880.
So that means that gasoline prices, the prices of petroleum coming down, right?
Exactly.
Wow. And do you have any idea how much for a bag of rice?
Mr. Barry, it's been a long time we are not going to the various shop to ask for bag of rice, because you know where we are now, we only go on the farm and get our rest.
So people are not eating what they planting. That is a good one. That is a good one. And we want to say thank you so much. Except you have something to tell us on Zikepa, from district number 9. What do you have to tell us, Rufus?
Okay, thank you. Let me just take the input. I guess a few times ago back, district number 9 been crying for security. A few days ago, and about 3 men from the LDA department are now in the district, residing at the superintendent house to help post the security law in the district. So it's a good one for us.
For long request, God has answered it. And now, Nimba County Editorial District, now especially Yahweh Meston Statutory District, now have the presence of 3 DEA officers. That is a good news. Thank you so very much, and have a wonderful night as we continue to carry this program on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was the voice of our reporter, Rufus Bob Dollier. Rufus Bob Dollier is our co-presenter there at Radio Voice of Yahweh Meston. You just heard from him that we now have the presence of state securities in Zikepa, which is the headquarters of Yahweh Meston Statutory District, and quote unquote, in the entire district number 9. District number 9 does not have a police station. So obviously the representative has said in his report that he is doing all he can to bring in police and police station. Now we have the presence of the LDEA officers. Welcome to district number 9. We hope that you also be able to do your professional detail in a right manner, that you and the citizens can fight drug and every unwanted crime and all those things together. Jeremiah Kona said, good evening. I'm watching you live from Bozuople Township, District number 4, Nimba County. Thank you very much for the information, for informing us every week. Thank you so much. So yeah, Malesi Kesa Dolo has just placed the number of radio. Yeah, but before we come to you, that one no sentence for the programming. It continues to reach wide and far. So thank you so much. We appreciate we appreciate a lot. So Maydi Tomben said, thanks for the show. This is my first time tuning into this show tonight. I work with Truth FM in Pinzio and former worker at Radio Laway 92.3 FM in Tapatan. Thank you so very much, dear brother. Fred Yube has always talked about you. So yes, this is how we do this. All you will do for us if you like the program is to share with somebody in your reach. So we're going to circle up here very, very shortly. From there, we'll open the lines up for you all to call. Then you can participate here tonight. So let's try to take this real quick here tonight.
Boy, look at you, little Sky. How you doing?
Good.
Girl, you just as pretty as you want to be. Where you from?
Well, I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Now, you look pretty professional in that video. How often do you get asked to sing at weddings?
Well, I don't just sing at weddings. I sing at funerals and more.
You sang If Only You Knew at the funeral?
Well, no. I sang Take Me to the King at one wedding.
Oh, okay. I was finna say, if you lay in there dead and somebody starts saying,
I like to
If only you knew. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we now been joined by our reporter, our very brilliant reporter. He is a very young and energetic man. His name is Uriah Guat Jr. Uriah has joined us this evening from Central Nimba. Good evening, Uriah.
Yeah, boss. Good evening to our many regular followers of the National TV. Good evening to the people of Nimba County. And it's once again a pleasure to be on the tour of the matter after being away for a very long period of time. I want to say welcome.
Yes, we're doing all the upgrading, and we want to say never mind to our many listeners. We are bite to stay, and we need your support for this program because they are very, very expensive to run. But again, pause to speak. How much is for the price of gasoline in Cyclopedia?
Yeah, things are getting fine. Things are getting fine on a daily basis. In Liberia, we are happy with the way things are moving forward. Today, I was able to take a patrol in the state of Cyclopedia and asking for the prices of goes to various commodities. When it comes to the issue of gasoline, the gallon of gasoline is now sold for $740 Liberian in Saclipie. And on the issue of the 25 kg bag of rice, it is 3,350 in Saclipie, and the dollar cash card is $2.8 as well in Saclipie. So that's a good news for us as the prices of things continue to decrease. And what's interesting about it is also that the U.S. rate is going down on a daily basis. The U.S. rate has decreased to about 168 in Saclipie.
Wow. Okay, great. So that's a good news. So is there anything you'd like us to know quickly from you from Saclipie?
Yes, as many things continue to go on in the city of Saclipie, students are facing with their student council, electoral processes, debate, election, and what have you. And one of the interesting news is also that the World Bank Road project that's undertaking the project from Saclipie to Sapetan. The project finally hit Saclipie City. That's a good news for the people of Saclipie. The guys from the China Railway group are doing everything possible to lay the star village in the city of Saclipie. Very good. The guys are working tirelessly on a daily basis to ensure that Saclipie also benefits from this project.
Thank you so much, Uriah. Thanks for all you continue to do. And that was our reporter, our very, very brilliant and stylish reporter, Uriah Bob Uriah Bob Jr. That guy is his style. So welcome to all of you. That one knows that he's watching us from Tonwin Town in Blinlow. Yeah, that one keep sharing this. So we're going to Madison Kessa now. But Madison, if we call you on your own number, how will you relay this? You guys don't have a station number, Madison? Text us the station number for us to call you on it. But let's go to the Grand Jida County while we are waiting, Madison. Madison, you giving us your number. If we call you on that number, the internet is going to drop. And that's not going to be good. That's why I asked you today for your station number. So once again, my name is Ambassador Edmond Wolakemonbawi. Good evening to my beautiful wife there, Madam Beatrice Bawi. She's somewhere I don't even know her whereabout now. So I just wish that she's well. Wherever she is, I just hope that she's well. And all other people, all travelers, all business people, the Christian community, the festive season is coming. So wherever you are, we want to say welcome to you. We'll be establishing contact very, very shortly with our reporter there in Grand Jida County, and we'll be hearing from our reporter there in Grand Jida County. From there, we'll be going to our lone guest here tonight, Spencer Tongo from the United States of America. Will be connecting via WhatsApp. So good evening to all of you. Good evening. Tonight we will be doing a lot more of Patrick Lumumba because this man is a reservoir of knowledge. So we stay waiting for our
The
reporter
directors of education that you listen to here, they are men and women that we are celebrating because there is something between their ears. And when there is something between your ears, you don't have to tell us. You open your mouth and we know that there is something useful between your ears. Today, therefore, we come here not to make many lengthy speeches. We come here to remind ourselves and to remind the young men and women that there is a future, that the world is looking for new young men. And what are the new young men that the world is looking for? The world is looking for new young men who are disciplined. Because discipline is at the heart of who you are. No matter how educated you are, no matter how rich you are, if you do not have the gift of discipline, then you are a danger to society. Today, I am asking you, young men and women, be disciplined.
Okay, so I want to say welcome to all of you who have tuned in to this Truth of the Matter, November 27 edition of the Truth of the Matter. And we are here with our guests. Spencer Tongo is here with us from the United States of America. And we want to say welcome. This is why the program is here for all of us, that we will be able to have our say. So the man you see on the screen here is called Spencer Tongo. He's joining us from the United States of America. So no, we don't need to get you live, sir. We are hearing you on the audio. Are you there with us?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great. So for the benefit of those who listening to us by way of radio Laway, Interpreter, Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno in Zikepa, Radio Encyclopedia, and Radio Voice of Yahweh, can you just kindly introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I'm Spencer Tongo. I'm Quindin, District 9. And yeah, my mother is from Zenla, Glade Jugapa, but she married to my father, and then she moved to Quindin, there where I'm from.
Great. So, by the way, how is the weather condition over there in the United States? Is it winter? Is it what?
Yeah, right now it's getting cold. The winter is already here. It's getting cold. Nobody leaves the house without your jacket. So, yeah, it is now.
Great. I want to say congratulations to you all. You have a new President-elect Donald Trump. So, congratulations to the USA.
Yes. Thank the new day. It's by grace of God, January will be having a new president, Donald Trump. So we're looking up to see what he can do.
Great. And we want to also use this medium to say thank you for all that you are doing for the Beer Bowl for FC is so-called team that is established by you and is exposing most of the talented young men of our district, youth of our district. On behalf of the team out here, we want to say congratulations to you and keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. And I think that the thanks also goes to my technical staff and all those our supporters who have been working very hard, to get us to where we are. I will also, extend your thanks to them. They on the ground. They've been working with the case. They are doing extremely well, and now the team is on third division level. And sooner or later, the third division league. So we are preparing for that.
Great.
So I will hope that we will be able to reach the team. Will take the team to fight that most kids in the district, in Nima, and other part of Liberia, can exercise our God-given talents, which is to play football. That's our goal. That's what we are striving for.
Okay, so the man talking here tonight is called Pakosi Yene, a very good soccer player, but then his name is Spencer Tongo. He lives in the United States of America. He is here with us. He's here to send out a disclaimer about a couple of information trending with this issue of a lady, of a witch doctor, a quote-unquote witch doctor called Gwe. I don't know whether it is the name that she was in the Quindin or Yahweh Mesno area, kind of like arresting people who have witch and all of that. But there have been some misinformation in the air for which Pakosin Yene wants to clarify. Pakosin, can you speak to us? Our understanding is, which is not verified, is you are one of those who sponsor who pay you some money. If I will emphasize it or exaggerate it, this information is not verified even by the one Nimba House Media Incorporated, Nimba D9 TV, Radio Lawe, Voice of Yahweh Mesno, Radio Seclipie, and Radio Voice of Yahweh in Yikepa, that you pay money. And this lady was arrested and taken to Tapeta, and those people who are allegedly doing which are now in the community celebrating. What do you have to say about this information?
Yeah, Edmund, thank you very I'm surprised. I'm very, very shocked when I got the news. It was 2 weeks ago, my mother sister, so she was upset. She called me, she made my sister me, and then she started telling me how the red when this citizen went to her and told her that I and one other citizen are not going to call the president. I'm not here to talk about the president. I'm here to talk about myself. So I'm going to be speaking to you based on what I heard or what people said about me. So my mother was also said that some citizens of Queenie went to her and told her that I sent money to Liberia and I hire a lawyer to get this out of Queenie. And because of that, people who have been accused of practicing witch in the community have been set free. So if that is the case, they're going to disconnect all Queenie activities. So she was also she called me. Matter of fact, they had the youth president, the Queenie youth president was there. They had the phone on speaker, and they asked me, and then I just to her what I'm telling you that I don't know what they're talking about. I never sent money to anybody to hire a lawyer, to get a lady from. So I went as far as telling them that they should prove it. If I send money to somebody like they're saying, they should be able to call of the person who received the money, the lawyer that I hire, how much I sent. But none of this information have been proven. And it's not only that. I have received calls from people, some friends that we used to play football back in the days in Tabata, in the district. Some of the guys, I have received calls from the 2 or 3 people telling me that so you're doing good over here, but at the same time, or what you did is not good. Your needs in the community, everybody against everybody against you because of you hiring a lawyer to get a woman from out of here. I didn't do that, Edmund. It's a lie. It's a black lie. I didn't send money. I didn't hire any other lawyer to go to Queenie and get Gwe from Queenie. It's not true. So I'm only here to make clarity on that.
Okay.
It's a lie. I never send money to anybody. You understand? So it's a lie. People are lying on me. I didn't do that.
Wow. So what is your fear, for example, for your mother who has been threatened, though you are saying you did not do, and there's no link to you to that because you had nothing to do with it, but your mother has been threatened that since it is alleged that you did this, and they're going to now communicate her, they probably not going to go on her farm to work for her. What's your message to the general public of the Quindin community? For example, they're listening to you by way of Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno and Radio Lawe.
Yeah, first is the head for all the midwives in Quindin. She's been working for a very long time. So people thought it's not the thing. I want to see the action. I want to see if to the clinic, if they ban her from going to the clinic, if she has to participate in any activity, if they ban her from that, then I would take action. But as it is now, they just told her to the youth president, and since then, they are not saying anything to her. It's just other part of the other towns around Quenin. I have friends in the places. Those are friends from other towns, calling me to me, telling me that, oh, this is how the news have been spread in the district. But for her, they only went to her one time. I was able to speak to the youth leader in Quenin, and since then they are not saying anything to her. But outside of Quenin, and I believe that it is the Quenin people that spread a new. You understand? So that's why I want to make the disclaimer.
Great. So of course, yes, the Constitution prohibits the issue of trial by ordeal, putting iron on somebody to confess, tying somebody, torturing people. The government of Liberia hates that. So finally, what's your final message before we take leave of you, because we have a lot of land up here tonight?
Yeah. First of all, this is what I want to say. You see, people are during the war, when we were much younger in Liberia, when the war started in Liberia, a lot of people got killed because of these things. Somebody would go to the rebel and say, oh, I know this person was this person, this person was this person. They have no proof. They only react on this allegation. So what I want to say tonight is that we should not dwell on allegation. We should not dwell on rumors. If somebody comes to you and tell you, make that person to prove. If there is no person is not saying the truth. You understand? So if we have to build our community, I'm not just talking about Blino, I'm talking about the entire Nimakana, the entire Liberia. If we have to build our community, we have to look for on facts. Yes, it's not tools for development. It's not tools for development. So for me personally, I'm not afraid. I will go to Liberia as I usually go. Every time I'm in a district, I will still do. Nobody can harm me. If I go to Liberia and somebody harm me, so it be. But that will not fear me to from the community I'm from. So that's all I want to say.
Thank you so much.
Whatsoever little thing that you do in your community, keep on doing it. We have to build our own community. We cannot wait for government or for other donors to help us before we build our community. We ourselves have to start it before other people can see it to come to our aid. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Edmund, for having me.
Thank you. So that was the voice of Spencer Tongo, Pakwatin Yene. He was with us here live on the line via WhatsApp, and he was sending out a message to the people of Blinlo, to the people of Quendane, that all these rumors that are going around, no, he did not sponsor anybody to do anything. So we have a few more minutes to go. Let's take Madison Kesedolo very quickly. Then from there we'll go to Abraham. Then we'll call it a day. So yeah, this is just exactly why this is exactly what Patrick Lumumba was just talking about here. Okay, how can we do Madison Kesedolo, from way there, a radio voice of Yemen. The man you see on this stream is called Madison Kesedolo.
Hello?
Yes. Good evening, Madison. Can you hear us? Hello? Madison?
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, but you hearing us saying you need to talk now. You're online, Martin. You know we're calling you to talk with you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, can you put us to speed about the prices of gasoline, for instance, in the Yikepa area? You have to listen
Yes,
to the
I'm
phone.
getting you loud and clear.
Okay, you have to listen.
Hello, I'm getting you loud and clear.
Yeah, please put us to speed about the prices of gasoline in Yikepa quickly.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay from you keep up bill.
What is the price of gasoline? Listen to the phone and don't listen to the internet, to the television. What's the price of gasoline?
Yeah, thank you so much. And it is a pleasure to. Thank you so much. The prices of gasoline in Yikipa now is $800.
Okay, great. So can you put us to speed with any activity from the Yamen area that you would like us to know quickly before we take leave of you? Because we got no time.
Well, thank you once again. With our area here, especially for Yamen, the activities that will be going on Saturday. As you all are aware, the BTC is Aslan Mecca Technical Training Center. They will be putting out some graduates on Saturday, come Saturday in Yekepa.
Okay, thank you so much for the update because we have no much time. So that was Madison Kesedolo out there. He was actually listening to the television. So to our callers, if you have the time, you can just call us quickly on 077 8070604. Will not be able to go to our reporter now in Grand Gila County. So if you are there, you can just call us quickly on these numbers real quick, and then we will be taking leave of you because we have no time. 0778 070604. Tell us how is your community, how much for the prices of gasoline, fuel, rice, and all of that. We understand the government has reduced the prices of transportation and all of that. So wonderful things are happening. So far so good. We have to commend the government, and when it's good, we say thank you. When it's not good, we say it, and then we suggest. You don't just say it's bad and then you don't suggest. Okay. So we want to say it was a good show tonight. Trust me, we've been very busy out in Yame, Malisi Kesedolo, and myself, and would love to say good evening to the people of Bapa, good evening to the people of New Yikepa, good evening to our man Allison Bo there in Bonla. Good evening to the immigration officers that are in Blolewi, and good evening to the people of Bapa, Zolowi, McKenton, and just all of you who are listening to us in Yame. Would love to say thank you to my friend and brother Cyrus Dodo, Titus Pazing. The rest of you out there want to say good evening to you wherever you tune in. It has been a wonderful time. We will take leave of you with this very important message from Patrick Lenumba. Next week, we're going to have a presenter to present the truth of the matter. It might be Imala Ye who will be given the exclusive right to present as we co-host him on a specific topic or on a guest. We are rebranding and we are here to stay every Wednesday. Make it your business from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Be here. And this is Patrick Lenumba We'll leave you with this.
You know, as I talk about African unity, China refuses to get out of my mind. And I hope I'm wrong. But the Chinese know that we are disunited. And they know that in our disunited state we can be manipulated. And they are in the process of manipulating us. So today, there is not a single African country in which the Chinese have not built a stadium. They think we love stadia. There is not a single African country in which they are not building some roads. The Chinese are capable of delivering 3 types of qualities of the things they do. Quality number 1, they take to the United States of America and Europe. Quality number 2, they take to their fellow Asian countries, including India. Quality number 3, which is at the very bottom, they dump in Africa, and the Africans consume them gleefully. And it's because of our disunity, we are incapable of speaking with one voice. You know, many times